You we got police pull over a man, have no idea he's wanted for murder. That light button subscribe button in tut.
I'm just gonna detain you for now, okay? Detain you? What does that mean? I'm gonna put you in handcuffs.
He doesn't know what
arrest you, okay?
These officers
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like that's low key concerning, bro. It's niggas out here driving cars, putting your life at risk, and they don't know what the word detain means. I'm like, that's.
These officers are booking a man they suspect of driving a stolen vehicle, completely unaware that he's hiding something far more sinister.
That name that he provided is showing as an alias on a homicide.
In the days that follow, this routine arrest will unravel a 3-year-old mystery and expose the horrifying truth behind the most disturbing crime this county has seen in years.
Dude, he has like 3 or 4 different IDs.
Oh boy.
He came home, mentioned something weird about finding a body.
It was a windy day on October the 14th, 2020, when officers of the Chippewa County Sheriff's Office were sent to check out a report of a suspicious suitcase that had been found at an abandoned farm located on Highway T in the community of Wheaton. Parking their vehicles at the entrance road to the property, they made their way further back in among the old buildings. Finally, rounding a bend, they saw it, a large purple rolling luggage piece laying on its back, its handle still extended. The surrounding area had all the looks of a crime scene, there could be no doubt. A trash pile was nearby, stacks of surgical-type gloves, cloth, and other debris lay around. The area was quickly cordoned off, and finally the detectives on scene had to open the suitcase. It was heavy and had stood up to the elements if it had been out there for very long. There was no real scent coming off of it, at least temporarily.
Hey, I'm gonna leave the link to this video in my description for everybody who thinks I talk too much or something, bro. So that means I don't want to see no numb nuts, no numb brains, no dumbass niggas in my comment section saying I talk too much, bro.
Oh boy. Yeah, you can close that.
Folded into the cramped suitcase was the body of a Hispanic woman. There could be no question of murder, considering the circumstances. Due to the condition of the body, identification and understanding how she had been killed would have to await the work of a coroner. A forensic team was immediately dispatched to the site. Over the next few hours, the suitcase would be properly bagged and removed from the area as teams scoured the site for any clues that could be found. The nearby trash heap seemed to provide a variety of potential clues. Why were there so many examination gloves there, apparently unused? There seemed to be a
Why do you think there were examination gloves, bro? So fingerprints wouldn't get all over the
perfectly serviceable, if not dirty, set of jumper cables. And there were articles of clothing, including a black sock and what turned out to be a well-worn white jacket size 2XL that had been a promotional piece from Monster Energy drinks. The jacket would have a hole in it with what appeared to be blood. The jacket was obviously too large for the person who had been crammed into the suitcase. And what about the graffiti on the concrete wall pylon just behind the suitcase? While highly stylized, it spelled out hybrid moments. Could it have something to do with the case? It is the name of a 1985 song by the Misfits, a song in which lead singer Glenn Danzig belts,
"If you're gonna scream, scream with me. Moments like this never last. When new creatures rape your face, hybrids open up the door." Hey, bro, if you listen to this type of music, bro, go ahead and take yourself to the nearest psychologist, bro, because you need help mentally. If you listen to this type of music, talking about getting your fake creatures raping your face, you a weird ass nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck with no. This is why there's so many school shooting ass niggas out there right now, bro. Because nobody want to tell the truth and nobody wants to say, hey, bro, you weird as fuck. That's the reason why, nigga. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if you listen to this type of music right now, you're weird as fuck, and you're likely to probably have not shoot up a school, but you're likely to be involved in a mass shooting, bro, and shoot up somewhere. You know what I mean?
The opening line. If you're gonna
take your ass in near psychologist,
scream with me. Moments like this
I'll
never
pay
last.
for the first session. Just let me know.
Perhaps it was there long before the suitcase and the occupant arrived at the site. Maybe it was made on that fateful day as some kind of monument to the moment. It most assuredly wasn't painted in the days, weeks, or maybe months afterwards without someone stumbling across the suitcase. In another nearby smaller pile of debris were some torn covered paperback romance novels. On the road in, detectives had already run across a coverless copy of the collected short works of Mark Twain, a book decidedly different from the romance ones whose covers had been removed. A school library card was found not too far from the Mark Twain book with a student's name on it but no date stamp. The condition of the book and local weather ruled it out as being from the time of the murder. The name would also check out as having no connection. But the other books and their covers, had this just been a place where someone came to read in quiet? Had they been owned by the victim or the killer? One of the books was by Sheila O'Flanagan, entitled He's Got to Go, the story of three sisters in Ireland, each of whom was embroiled in troubled relationships. Perhaps it was just coincidence, or maybe the reader had been in just such a situation, one that turned out in the worst way possible. Not too far away, discarded in the dirt, was a single name tag, like one would wear to a service job. It simply read, Rosalie, chairlift operator from Blue Green Vacations, share happiness. Blue Green Vacations is a very popular resort complex in the Wisconsin Dells, some 3 hours away by car. Why would this name tag be some 180 miles or 290 kilometers from where it was issued? And what an out-of-the-way spot for someone to have dropped it here. It surely couldn't have been by accident, and if it wasn't, then it might be a clue to begin unraveling.
Yeah, I don't fucking know, bro. Maybe that's the person who got killed, or maybe that's the person who killed them. You know, just putting two pieces
behind
together
this
and
murder.
shit.
As detectives began
Like, damn,
tracing
bro.
down scant leads from the crime scene, word began to move around the jailhouse, and one of the people being held there after an arrest that morning said that he could shed some light on who the person was that called.
I guarantee you, the only reason this nigga said this shit was so he could get out of jail, bro. That nigga, if this nigga was not locked up, he would not be telling the cop, I could help you. No. The only reason he said this shit, he said, hey, bro, I can help you, but you got by after I tell you all this shit, I gotta be out of prison, bro. I gotta get all my charges dropped.
At this
nigga
point,
did not do that shit out of the kindness
the
of
person
his
who
heart,
found
bro.
the suitcase originally had to be considered as a suspect. The man is Mai Tao, also known as Rasha, a laborer who had been working recently as a carpet layer, but was being held in jail for a probation violation. He says he's been working for Bernie's Carpet Company, and he thinks it was his boss, who is also his girlfriend's father, who made the call about the body.
Is there anything that would be very unusual or something that you may want to bring up to me?
This one time I was at his house, and he came home. I don't know. He mentioned something weird about finding a body. I wasn't sure if it's real or not, but the way his face reacted and everything, I thought it was real. But then I just told him, you know, if you did find a body or something, you know, I would suggest you tell somebody, because if I was the parents, I would want to know if I had a kid who was somewhere, you know, and I would want to know, because, you know, if somebody find it, you know, I would want to know and get it.
Man, this nigga just making shit up, bro. He has no. I'm telling y'all right now, this nigga has no, like, he's just making shit up, bro. He don't even know what the fuck going on right now. He's just making shit up so he could get out of jail, bro. This conversation probably never even happened with his father-in-law.
What did Bernie say?
He said, like, he went. He said he went to an abandoned area.
This shit, bro, he's lying his ass off, bro.
And then he saw the suitcase.
Niggas do anything to get out of jail early, bro.
And that's what he found. And he scared reported because, like, he opened it and his print is on it. So he don't know what to do. So I'm like, you know, if you really didn't do it, you should at least report it.
Okay.
That's why I talked about that subject.
The detectives attempt to establish some kind of timeline. They're familiar with how aged the corpse seemed to be, but they still don't know an exact time frame until the coroner finishes their work. Any assistance could help them.
When did you recall him saying this?
Yeah, but like, bro, why the fuck wouldn't his dad, or why wouldn't he tell somebody, the person who found the body?
Probably a little more than a week ago, probably close to 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How many times has somebody told you they found a body before?
It was one time.
Okay. All right.
But
So Go
I ain't
ahead.
gonna, that's suspicious as fuck. Cause who the fuck finds a body and doesn't call police, bro? Who finds a body just randomly laying out in the woods, bro, and doesn't call police? That's how you know who killed the nigga
But
or who
I
killed
was
the girl.
really, I really didn't want to, be involved.
If this is
Really
real,
don't
bro,
wanna
if this story is
have
real,
anything to do with it, because I'm scared myself too, because I've never heard of such thing before. But I was telling him to report if it's real. If it's real, report it. I want to go see it. I don't want to go near it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. That's all I said.
Okay. Have you heard of anything in the news or anything? Okay. So, when Bernie tells you this, you kind of say, hey, do what you need to do, call the police, whatever. Did Bernie ever, you said it was abandoned?
Yeah, he mentioned something about like the place is abandoned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did he describe the place at all?
Well, like we kind of, it's on our way to work, I think.
Okay.
damn, bro.
On Claremont, I think it's on Claremont. It's the same road, Claremont to get to you drive past Claremont, and you go past 312 towards 29 or something.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be. He kind of pointed out to me it's on the left, on the right side, going towards 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he actually drove by with you
Yeah.
and pointed it out.
Yeah.
What did it look like to you?
And ain't none of y'all niggas called police. Y'all, both of y'all niggas seen a body, or he seen the body and he took you to where the body was at, and you seen like, all right, this shit's real. He's not talking his ass off. And ain't none one of y'all niggas called police, bro. And not a single one of y'all called police.
It looks like
Either you're lying your ass off, bro, or y'all had something to do with the murder, bro.
Like abandoned, like some shacks are like falling down and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you could see all this from the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you actually drive onto the property at all?
No.
Okay.
No. I told him I don't want to go near. I don't want to go near. I don't want to have anything to do with it. I'm scared. That place looks scary.
Okay. When he drove by and pointed it out to you, did it kind of seem real to you then?
Yeah. It seems scary. It seems like bad. It seems like something's creepy about it.
Okay.
They've got to find out if there's more to this story. The abandoned farm wasn't exactly an attractive spot for people to stop by, and to have gotten that far back on the property raises questions of its own.
So why would Bernie be on an abandoned farm?
I have no idea.
Why you think, bro? The same reason he seen the body and called
purpose for him to
nobody.
be on an abandoned farm?
I don't know.
Have you ever gone to any abandoned farms or anything before with Bernie? Okay. And how long have you known Bernie?
About a month and a half, like I said. Yeah.
That's the first time you met him?
Yeah.
They press just one more time to make sure they're getting the information. The truth can keep them on the right path. A lie could send them anywhere, or could lead them directly, eventually back to the killer as well.
So we're just kind of following up on some rumors. And some of the rumors, we want to clarify whether it's fact or fiction, so to speak. And so one of the rumors was possibly you and Bernie were on an abandoned farm and you may have discovered a suitcase.
Oh no. I've never been on the farm, never discovered any suitcase.
Okay.
Lying ass nigga.
Okay.
And,
And
hey, anytime a nigga, yeah, I never, okay, you're lying, bro.
if there was such a suitcase or something like Bernie explained to you, and there is further testing and things like that, your DNA or fingerprints or nothing would be on anything, correct? Okay. Because if you did, this would be the time to tell us.
Yeah, I've never been to a farm. I've never seen any. I've never seen anything. I've never seen the suitcase that he mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he told me that when the same time he told Jen, like his ex-girlfriend or something, Jen at his house.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never.
Who was present when you told him that?
Jen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know her last name?
I don't know, but it's like his ex-girlfriend or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Jen and Bernie were together?
Yeah.
What did Jen think about it?
Jen was going great. Jen said you should tell her. You should tell her.
Okay.
You should tell the cop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I told him the same thing too. You know, like, you know, if someone's family and if I was the parents, I would want to know I would want to know, my daughter too. You know, if my daughter's missing or whatever, I would want to know too.
Okay. Why do you think there's a daughter?
Huh?
Ooh.
Because he told me like he think it's a little girl. Because he said he looked at it and the size of the pelvis or whatever. You know,
They talking about. Okay.
he gave me some details about it.
Tell me about those details.
He just said he think it's a little girl, and he look at the size of the pelvis about this big or whatever, so it's a little girl. He thinks.
Okay.
But
he's pretty definite that he's seen a body.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know. I told him I don't know. I don't want to go near there. I don't want anything to do with that.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna lie. I might speed
There's
this
a body there. I don't want to go near them.
He's low key saying the same shit.
While the reason for them being on the property would remain unclear, the lead from the name tag was panning out. The employer, Blue Green Vacations, was able to verify they had a chairlift operator who once worked for them by the name of Rosalie Cindy Rodriguez at the Wisconsin Dells location. She would be about 24 years old and was a native of Peru who had immigrated here for work. The detectives quickly found out that Rosalie Rodriguez had been reported missing from her home in Reedsburg, Wisconsin on the 23rd of July of that year. Could they have found her body stuffed into a suitcase some 2 hours away from her home? The body inside the luggage was obviously female and had long black hair that matched her description, but beyond that, they couldn't be sure. Digging into the missing persons report, they found out that she had been reported missing by her boyfriend, Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia, who claimed he had last had contact with her on the 4th of July 2020. They also found that she and Jose had both been employed by Sprecker's restaurant and pub in the Wisconsin Dells. On the day he reported Rosalie missing, Jose had come by to pick up both his and her paychecks from the restaurant. He had worked his last day just the day before. Detectives would be able to backtrack surveillance cameras to the area to catch a glimpse of Jose's red Volkswagen Passat driving to and from the restaurant on that day. Did they have their man? He was immediately a person of interest in the case, compounded by the fact that he had also apparently fallen off the map at about the same time he reported Rosalie missing. A check of records showed that while Jose had been charged with operating...
Bro, I don't know why the fuck you would post this picture, dude. This is a horrible picture to post. This is irrelevant and shit. Bro, you look like a gremlin right now, bro. Like, no bullshit. This is a horrible fucking... Dude, this is the all-time, like, this gotta be top 10 worst pictures of all time, bro. Like, no bullshit. No way in hell this nigga got, like, girls off this picture, bro. No way. If he posts this on Instagram, I'm, like, obviously, like, Instagram likes and shit don't matter, bro. But, like, still, like, there's no way this shit went over 20 likes on IG, bro. No fucking way in hell, bro. Wow, bro. Some niggas just be having, like, the most confidence in themselves, like, they just be having way too much confidence, bro. Because for you to post some shit like this, bro, I salute you, dude. Because that means you must not think you're ugly.
And a separate case of destruction of personal property in the years before,
like
he didn't have a violent background. But then
they did this nigga horrible.
It's not a requirement to have a history of violence to commit
murder. And he got the mohawk.
While police looked to bring Jose in for questioning, the coroner's office and forensic experts from the state worked to fully and finally confirm the identity of the woman that had been found. Once removed from the suitcase, they could tell that she was a young woman, around 5 feet 2 inches tall, of moderate build. She was Hispanic and wearing a black t-shirt like those worn by workers at Sprecker's restaurant and pub. It was becoming less and less doubtful that this was the missing Rosalie, but she was also apparently not the only life that had been ended and gone into a suitcase to be discarded in a field. Hidden under the body were 2 pregnancy tests.
Ooh.
A notepad found inside the case with the body read simply on the cover, "Be your own hero." The remaining badly stained pages inside had nothing written on them. A single contact lens was found in the suitcase as well. Investigators would begin to verify that Rosalie, on July the 18th, 2020, had visited her doctor and had been told that she was 7 weeks pregnant. At the time, Rosalie also had a 5-year-old daughter who was living back at home with her grandparents in Peru. While they had everything pointing to this was Rosalie Rodriguez's body, and they had an idea who their main suspect was, they still needed an official declaration
Bro,
of
you
the
ain't had to
identification
kill her,
of the
bro.
corpse.
You could've
Genetic
just, like,
evidence and testing
abandoned
would
them
take
and
nearly
shit.
a year before it was 100% confirmed that it was her.
That's some
At
shit
that
I will
time,
say, like, bro, like, I know everybody want to talk about like dads and shit who be going or not going, but like they just be abandon their family. Nigga, at least be grateful like they ain't fucking killed the mom and shit like they did just
An
here.
arrest warrant was issued for Jose Garcia. He was nowhere to be found. And then one night, out of the blue, some 3
That
years
shit
later,
crazy. Like, bro,
November
niggas really rather like kill the mom instead of like just leaving the
23rd,
family.
2023, they got a hit. Police from Gladstone, Michigan alerted the detectives that earlier in the evening they had received a hit on one of their license plate readers of a stolen license plate. It was attached to a red Volkswagen, and when they approached the vehicle parked in the 400 block of Northwest Englewood
He must
Road
have,
in
like,
their
a wife
town,
at home or
they
something.
found Jose Garcia behind the wheel. As
Because
they
in
booked
order for
him
you like kill your girlfriend because you got her pregnant, bro, it's only one reason. That's because you got another family.
for
back
the
at
stolen
home, bro.
plate, alerts went off in the system that he was wanted for murder.
Do me a favor, man. Go ahead and step out. I'm just going to detain you for now, okay?
Huh?
I'm just going to detain you for now, okay?
Detain you? What does that mean?
I'm going to put you in handcuffs. You're not under arrest yet, okay?
Just before you arrest me, can I call someone real quick?
Yeah, we can get you a phone call in a second, okay? Do you have any weapons I could poke?
I believe it's out of Wisconsin. That name that he provided is showing as an
I'm
alias
just detaining him for now.
on a
Do you have any weapons on you? Unless it's just your phone. Alright. I'm going to put you in the car, okay? Like I said, you're just being detained, okay?
Okay. So I'm going to jail?
No, you're just being detained. Just have a seat in here, okay?
But can I make a call real quick?
Not right now. Homicide for a child getting drowned, right?
Like a 1-year-old dead body. He tried to hide it.
Piece of shit.
Oh damn!
Yeah.
It's probably, yeah. Unless that's not him, and it's
No, dude, that's his.
it's 100% him.
Yeah, 100%.
We got his-
He
we got
killed
his
a 1-year-old.
Dude, he has like 3 or 4 different IDs.
None of those IDs come back to him. Even the Mexican one. Alright, man. So here's the deal. You're under arrest for, you have a warrant out. Alright? So you're under arrest for that. And you're also under arrest for the stolen plate, too. And also the false info, because all the names that you gave us did not come back to your actual name. Okay?
So
You're going to be going to county jail.
Jose would be brought back to Wisconsin and charged with first-degree murder, intentional homicide of an unborn child, and hiding a corpse. He would initially tell investigators that he had broken up with Rosalie on July the 3rd after finding out that she had been cheating on him and that she was pregnant with another man's child. He would plead not guilty. It would take almost 2 more years before the case would come to trial and before it could fully move
Now, bro, they gotta tell the full
forward.
story. Why didn't they say shit like that
Jose
before?
took a plea deal to accept a conviction of first-degree
Like, nigga, I'm still not saying it's okay to kill
reckless
her and shit,
homicide in exchange for the other charges to be accept a conviction of first-degree reckless homicide in exchange for the other charges to be dropped. The charge would have carried up to 60 years of maximum sentence. Instead, Judge James Isaacson handed down a sentence of 25 years in prison with 15 years of supervised probation following. He would also be credited for the 525 days he had spent in jail awaiting trial. He would also be forced to pay $10,141.09, his entire worth, in restitution. During the trial, there were numerous outbursts from Rosalie's family, who had traveled from Peru to see justice done. Her sister continually shouted "murderer" at Jose. The family had requested that Jose be given the maximum sentence allowed by law.
I'd say the judge ruled in our favor, but I would have liked the harshest penalty. But we're respectful of the laws here. This criminal, Jose Eduardo Dominguez Garcia, may he rot in jail. He had no compassion for two lives.
She came here with big dreams.
Bro, I want to skip, bro, but I respect this shit.
I trusted him, and as he was part of our family, I asked him to tell me what had happened.
He got away. Never thought he'd be captured.
Rest in peace, man.
Jose would address the court and say, "I know that words will not change anything. It doesn't matter what I say. They won't change their opinion. But I am here, and I will accept the punishment. I want to tell them that I am so sorry. And I think that's all. What can I say?" The judge in the case would remind those in attendance that closure for the family was of the highest importance. As a final part of the ruling, he ordered that Rosalie's body finally be released to the family so that it could be returned to her.
Bro, at that point, bro, like, nigga, know what, bro, I'm sorry, bro, but like, nigga, nobody want that body at that point, bro. That body for 5 years, that body been decaying, you can't even tell that that's your daughter no more, bro. Why the hell would I want to see that fucking body? Be like, come on, bro. Like, I understand, like, you're trying to be nice and shit, Mr. Judge, and I appreciate the offer, but nigga, I don't want to see that shit. Man, what it's gonna do for me, bro? What could seeing a body that don't even look like my daughter or whatever, what could that shit do for me, bro? That shit, like, she decaying everywhere. Fucking, come on,
homeland, man. And she could be laid to rest. A case could be made that the justice served to them that day was watered down, and Jose could well walk free before he turned 60.
Damn.
Rosalie and the unborn child she carried might well be forgotten by everyone but her family by that time. We would like to extend our sincere condolences
rest in peace
to the
Rosalie,
family and friends of the victim.
Rest in peace.